What are you guys even doing here? You guys are sick. The Habs were in Boston last night. Yup. And nothing gets the adrenaline going like a good old rivalry game. Just ask David Pasternak, who in his very first shift kisses the boards once and kisses the boards twice. That's gotta sting. But overall, it wasn't a bad start for Montreal. Monahan's gonna draw a slashing penalty early, a pretty weak one if you ask me. And on the Habs power play, Caulfield is gonna make him pay. That's his 5th goal in 5 games. He's as hot as the Devil's arsehole right now, and he gives his team a 1-goal lead. However, just a few minutes later, the Bruins and Brandon Carlo are gonna even things up. He beats Jordan Harris in a race to the net, chips one past Montembeault as Harris attempts to create his own little emergency exit. Not a bad plan, Jordan. Mario Armia is gonna make it 2-1 for Montreal after receiving a gorgeous pass from Joshua Wawa. Bruins fans, if you're not aware who Mario is, to make a long story short, he identifies as an 18-year-old first overall pick. And no, don't be stupid. It's not Yoel. These are 2 very different people. Anyway, watch what happens next, because this is very important. Samuel Montembeault is going to take a GoldenEye 64 rocket launcher off the mask. What a bullet from Zaka. Now, Montembeault would stay in the game, but clearly he was struggling. Shortly after the shot off the mask, Jake DeBrusk is going to bulldoze one in to tie the game up at 2. Then we got Danton Heinen, who didn't even exist in my life until last night. He shows up and makes it 3-2 for the Bruins, and he was very real. The final shots on goal after the first period were 12-8 in favor of Boston, and I still felt like the Habs had a chance in this one. Moving on to the second period now. Mike Matheson is going to blast home a power play goal to tie the game up once again. And what a nifty little pass from Sean Monahan, who picks up his 3rd apple of the game. You gotta love it. Lots of action. There's 6 goals in this game already, and the Canadiens are still right in the mix of things. What could possibly go wrong? Raphael Harvey-Bedard even lies himself out of a penalty. Look at him. We don't ever get lucky calls like this, you gotta admit. But he totally lied and got away with dumping the puck over the glass. That did not hit Caden Gooley. Wait a minute. Is your last name really Harvey Bedard? His whole life is a sham. But just when I thought everything was going perfect, this Danton Heinen guy comes back into my life and scores his 2nd goal of the game. I'm going to be having nightmares about him. Struba definitely gets caught, but that's okay. I still love him. Now it's 4-3 for Boston, and they're not done just yet. Pass to Sauce is going to feather a nice little pass to Charlie Coyle, who's going to score his 16th goal of the season. And you can certainly tell at this point in the game that this one's going to get ugly. Brendan Gallagher would score a Brendan Gallagher goal before the second period comes to an end, making it 5-4, but let's move on to the 3rd period, and this is where the Bruins take complete control. Pasternak is up to it again. He's scoring on a breakaway this time. That's his 30th goal of the season. I don't know what Gallagher was thinking here, but clearly it wasn't a good idea. Struba was already on the move, and unfortunately, Slavkovsky would also set up the next Bruins goal. He sets up Charlie Coyle, and then Coyle's going to find Brad Marchand all alone in front of the net. He doesn't even move. He's just standing there like a royal guard. And somehow nobody picks him up. What, are you scared he's going to lick you? Get in there. He makes it 7-4 for the Bruins. Pavel Zacha is going to make it 8-4. And finally, Marty St. Louis decides it's time to get Montembeault out of the net. Oh my God. How ironic. The same day Patrick Waugh gets back into the NHL, a Canadiens goaltender gets hung out to dry. Danton Heinen would confirm that he is in fact a superstar and score a goal on Caden Primo as well, completing his hat trick, making it 9-4 for the Bruins. But you gotta admit, this was about as ugly as it gets. Just a terrible, terrible game. Yeah, I'm sure Montembeault would have liked to have had, a few of these shots back. But the reality is, his team absolutely stunk last night. I know. I'm not supposed to say that because the team is rebuilding and it hurts everybody's feelings when you call it like it is, but too bad. That's what I do. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to everybody and say last night's game was a game to be proud of. Come on. So here, hang on. Let me reach into my pocket and feed the birds a little bit. You want some positives? Here, go ahead. Take it. Number 1, Caulfield scored a goal. That's always a good takeaway. Number 2, Slavkovsky got a point, even though he yeah, let's not go there. Number 3, Monahan got a few points. How do you like them apples? And number 4, Wawa picked up his first assist, and Mario Armias got himself 8 goals right now, tying Tim Stützle once again. And I know, Stützle's got a lot more points, doesn't he? But we gotta keep in mind that Mario's younger, he's got a higher ceiling, and he's just, well, Stützle's a wuss. Alright, that's all I got. But let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments section. Don't forget to cross-check the like button right in the numbers. It's so hard, it even gets George Parros' attention. And hey, I'll see you next time.